Here is top accolade global news update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Russian forces are digging in for the heaviest of battles in a strategic southern region of Kherson, a senior Ukrainian official said, as the Kremlin prepares to defend the largest city under its control in Ukraine. Russian forces in the region have been driven back in recent weeks and risk being trapped on the west bank of the Dnipro River, where the provincial capital of Kherson has been in Russian hands since the early days of the invasion of Ukraine 8 months ago. Russian installed authorities have been encouraging residents to flee to the east bank, but Oleksiy Arestovich, advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, said there was no sign that Russian forces themselves were preparing to abandon the city. Of the 4 provinces Russian President Vladimir Putin proclaimed annexed in September, Kherson is arguably the most strategically important. It controls both the only land route to the Crimea Peninsula Russia seized in 2014 and the mouth of the Dnipro, the vast river that bisects Ukraine. United States President Joe Biden and Britain's new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak have agreed to work together to support Ukraine and stand up to China, the White House said in a statement in a first phone call hours after Sunak became Britain's 3rd Prime Minister this year. The two leaders reaffirmed the special relationship that exists between their countries and said they would work together to advance global security and prosperity. The White House said in a readout of the conversation on Tuesday. Biden and Sunak also agreed to address the challenges posed by China, which Washington has identified as its top geopolitical and economic rival on the world stage. Downing Street released its own readout of the call, in which it said the pair discussed the extent of UK-US cooperation, both bilaterally and in regions such as the Indo-Pacific, as well as the more contentious issue of Northern Ireland. Earlier on Tuesday, Biden had congratulated Sunak in a tweet. On Monday, he described the naming of Britain's first non-white prime minister as, in quote, pretty astounding, a groundbreaking milestone. An unparalleled scale of response would be warranted if North Korea conducts a 7th test of a nuclear weapon, the United States, Japan and South Korea have warned. The warning was issued on Wednesday amid concerns by the US and its regional allies that North Korea could be poised to resume nuclear bomb testing for the first time since 2017. Cho made his comments alongside Japan's Vice Foreign Minister Takeo Mori and US Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman. North Korea has been carrying out weapons tests at an unprecedented pace this year, firing more than 24 short and medium-range ballistic missiles in recent weeks, including a missile that overflew Japan. At least 26 people were injured by a magnitude 6.4 earthquake that rocked northern Philippines, forcing the closure of an international airport, sending panicked residents into the street and causing substantial damage to a hospital. The earthquake, which struck at about 10:59 p.m. local time on Tuesday near the upland town of Dolores, was felt as far away as the capital Manila, more than 330 kilometers to the south. Police and civil aviation officials said that at least 26 people were injured in Ilocos Norte, the home province of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., where the international airport in the capital city of Laoag was ordered to close temporarily on Wednesday due to damage from the earthquake. The president warned of aftershocks on Wednesday and advised people in a tweet to stay out of tall structures. Patients were evacuated from the 200-bed Mariano Marcos Memorial Hospital in Batak City, about 60 kilometers north of the epicenter, which sustained some of the worst reported damage so far. Britain's new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak could delay the announcement of a plan to repair the country's public finances, Foreign Minister James Cleverly said on Wednesday, suggesting a little more time might be needed to spell out the details. Sunak, who replaced Liz Truss after a brief stint as Prime Minister was engulfed in chaos, gathered his cabinet for the first time on Wednesday, a day after taking power, with a promise to fix his predecessor's mistakes and stabilize the economy. At the top of Sunak's agenda will be preparation for a fiscal statement, keenly anticipated by financial markets, but which the Times newspaper reported could be pushed back by a few days. Asked about the timing of the statement, currently scheduled for October 31st and expected to set how the government would plug a budget shortfall of as much as £40 billion, cleverly did not confirm the date. Investors did not appear fazed by the possible delay. Sterling was trading up by nearly 1% against the US dollar, extending its recent recovery, and British government bond prices were little changed. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy midweek.